Martyrs Day, an International Mother Language Day celebrated with due respect through various programs. Nation remembers the language martyrs with humble tribute. President and Prime Minister paid tribute to the language martyrs in the early hours of 21st February by laying wreaths at the central Shaheed Minar. Chief Justice, Leader of the Opposition and Chiefs of 3 services, along with various social and cultural organizations, pay floral tribute to the language martyrs. People from all walks of life flock to the Shaheed Minar. Tariq Rahman begins office at Prime Minister's office after assuming power. Plants saplings at office premises, unveils commemorative postage stamp on International Mother Language Day. Government decides to provide monthly honorarium and festival allowance to khatibs, imams, muezzins and religious leaders according to election pledges. Pilot project to start before Eid. In light of BNP's election promises, canal digging and tree plantation program to begin in Borishal from tomorrow, says Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shopun. 12 people, including Hezbollah leader, killed in Israeli attack in Lebanon. And in Colombo, first match of the Super 8 between Pakistan and New Zealand in T20 World Cup declared abandoned due to rain. Assalamu alaikum. This is Shamim Khan welcoming you all to News at 10. Those were the headlines. We now move on to the news in details. President Mohammad Shahabuddin and Prime Minister Tariq Rahman paid rich tribute to the martyrs of language movement on the occasion of Omur Ekushe and International Mother Language Day. The President paid respect by placing wreaths at the central Shaheed Minar at 1 minute past midnight. After placing wreaths, he stood in solemn silence for some time as a mark of profound respect to the memory of language heroes who sacrificed their lives for upholding the dignity of mother tongue Bangla. Following him, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman paid rich tribute to the martyrs by placing a wreath at the central Shaheed Minar. After placing the wreath, Tariq Rahman, also chairman of Bangladesh Nationalist Party, stood in solemn silence for some time as a mark of profound respect to the memories of language movement heroes. At the time, special prayer was offered, seeking forgiveness for the martyrs of 1952 language movement, 1971 liberation war, 1990 anti-autocracy movement, and 2024 July uprising.
وَجَعَلْ آخِرَ كَلَامِنَا عِنْدَ الْمَوْتِ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ مُحَمَّدٌ رَسُولُ اللَّهِ صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Later, flanked by cabinet members and BNP Standing Committee members, the Premier placed 2 wreaths at the central Shaheed Minar on behalf of his cabinet and the party. The Prime Minister also placed another wreath at the Shaheed Minar along with his family members. After the President and the Prime Minister, Chief of Army Staff General Waqaruzzaman, Chief of Naval Staff Admiral M. Najmul Hassan and Chief of Air Staff Air Chief Marshal Hassan Mahmud Khan paid homage to the language movement martyrs. Besides opposition party leader and Bangladesh Jamaat Islami Amir Dr. Shafiqur Rahman, along with 11 party alliance leaders, also paid tribute to the language movement martyrs by placing a wreath at the central Shaheed Minar. The ambassadors and high commissioners of different countries, chief election commissioner and election commissioners, cabinet secretary and principal secretary of the Prime Minister, acting attorney general, Bangladesh Public Service Commission, Border Guard Bangladesh, University Grants Commission, Fire Service and Civil Defence, Dhaka University authorities, Bangladesh Police, Bangla Academy, Dhaka University, Central Students' Union Daksu were among others who paid tribute to the language movement martyrs. Later, the Shaheed Minar was opened to the public when hundreds of people from all walks of life walked barefoot with flowers in hands and humming Amar Bhaye Rokte Rangano 21 February to recall the supreme sacrifice of the language heroes on this day in 1952. Thousands of people began gathering at the central Shaheed Minar from the first hour of the day to pay homage to the martyrs of 1952 language movement. The area surrounding the monument turned into mounds of flowers as members of political, social and cultural organizations, along with people from all walks of life, placed wreaths on behalf of the institutions and in personal tribute. After completion of state-level formalities, shortly after midnight, crowds steadily converged on the Shaheed Minar premises. Walking barefoot in a disciplined manner, visitors carried floral bouquets to the main altar to express their respect. Leaders and representatives of ruling and opposition parties, as well as various professional, social and cultural bodies, also laid wreaths in remembrance of the language martyrs. Many in the crowd chanted the iconic song Om Amar Bhaye Rokte Rangano while proceeding towards the altar. Omor Ekush is observed not only as a day of mourning, but also as a reaffirmation of the spirit of language movement. The younger generation joined the observance, recalling the sacrifices of 1952 and pledging to uphold the dignity of mother tongue. The nation remembers the supreme sacrifice of language martyrs as a defining chapter in its history. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman today officially began his office at the Prime Minister's office in the capital Stagegao. The Prime Minister entered the office through the main gate around 10:10 a.m. On his arrival at the Prime Minister's office, Principal Secretary ABM Abdul Sattar and other officials welcomed him. He started his work after planting a Shorno Chapa flower sapling. After planting the sapling, the Prime Minister offered a special prayer expressing gratitude to Almighty Allah. Prime Minister's Defence Advisor, Brigadier General retired Dr. A.K.M. Shamsul Islam and other officials were present on the occasion. Before entering his office at the main building, Tariq Rahman exchanged greetings with the officials serving at PMO. He especially inquired about the well-being of the old officials who had served at the PMO during his mother Begum Khaleda Zia's regime. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman released a commemorative postage stamp, an opening envelope and a councillor on the occasion of the Great Martyrs Day and International Mother Language Day. He released the commemorative postage stamp at the Prime Minister's office in the city's Stagegao area. Minister of Post, Telecommunications and Information Technology and Ministry of Science and Technology Fakir Mahbub Anam and advisor to the ministry Rehan Asif Asad were present. Besides political advisor to the Prime Minister Nazrul Islam Khan, advisor to the Ministry of Public Administration Ismail Jabiullah, State Minister for Youth and Sports Aminul Haq, advisor to the Prime Minister Humayun Kabir, Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister ABM Abdul Sattar and other senior officials were present on the occasion. As part of BNP's election pledge to provide monthly honorariums and festival allowances to religious leaders of different faiths, the government decided to launch the program for khatibs, imams and muezzins of mosques before the upcoming Eid al-Fitr. The decision was taken at a meeting on strengthening religious and social harmony held at the Prime Minister's office in the capital today. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman chaired the meeting, attended by concerned ministers, state ministers and senior officials. Under the Prime Minister's directive, the meeting decided that preparations would be taken to start the program in phases before the upcoming Eid. A meeting establishing a cheerful and career-oriented education system, creating employment opportunities and expanding sports infrastructure and training facilities was held today at the Prime Minister's office. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman chaired the meeting. Ministers, state ministers and concerned senior officials were present at the meeting. The meeting discussed creating merit-based and discrimination-free employment across the country, which is a major election pledge of BNP. The meeting also discussed necessary reforms would be introduced in the education system to increase skills in government and private jobs, opportunities for entrepreneurship and manpower export. Discussions were held on carrying out necessary deregulation in business, commerce and industrial policies, prioritizing technical and vocational education and strengthening coordination with Bangladeshi embassies abroad and foreign embassies in Bangladesh to enhance the skills of Bangladeshi workers overseas. Prime Minister's advisor Mahdi Amin briefed journalists outside the office about various meetings and programs on the first day at Prime Minister Tariq Rahman's Tejgaon office.
মূলত আজকে প্রথম যে মিটিংটা ছিল সেখানে মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী আলোচনা করেছিলেন আমাদের একটি নির্বাচনী প্রতিশ্রুতি, যেটি বিভিন্ন মসজিদের সম্মানিত খতিব সাহেব, সম্মানিত ইমাম সাহেব এবং সম্মানিত মুয়াজ্জিন সাহেব সহ অন্যান্য ধর্মের যারা রয়েছেন সেসব ধর্মগুরুদের জন্য আমাদের একটা প্রতিশ্রুতি ছিল যে মাসিক সম্মানী এবং উৎসব ভাতা প্রদান করা হবে। এবং মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর নির্দেশে একটি সিদ্ধান্ত গৃহীত হয়েছে যে ইনশাআল্লাহ এই ঈদের আগেই আমরা এটি পর্যায়ক্রমে শুরুর যে প্রস্তুতি সেটি সম্পন্ন করে কিছু কিছু জায়গায় ইনশাআল্লাহ সম্মানিত খতিব সাহেবদের, ইমাম সাহেবদের এবং মুয়াজ্জিন সাহেবদেরকে একটি সম্মানী প্রদান করব ইনশাআল্লাহ। এর পাশাপাশি বিএনপির একটি বড় নির্বাচনী প্রতিশ্রুতি ছিল সারা বাংলাদেশের প্রতিটি মানুষের জন্য যেন মেধার ভিত্তিতে বৈষম্যবিহীনভাবে আমরা কর্মসংস্থান সৃষ্টি করতে পারি। সরকারি চাকরির ক্ষেত্রে, বেসরকারি চাকরির ক্ষেত্রে, উদ্যোক্তা হিসেবে গড়ে ওঠার ক্ষেত্রে এবং বহির্বিশ্বে জনশক্তি রপ্তানির ক্ষেত্রে কিভাবে আমরা সবাইকে আরও দক্ষ এবং যোগ্য হিসেবে গড়ে তুলতে পারি, আমাদের শিক্ষা ব্যবস্থার প্রয়োজনীয় সংস্কারটুকু কীভাবে আনবো এবং তার মাধ্যমে আমাদের জনশক্তিকে কীভাবে কর্মক্ষম করে দ্রুততার সাথে তাদের জন্য অনেক বেশি চাকুরি এবং ব্যবসার সুব্যবস্থা করতে পারবো, তার জন্য প্রয়োজনীয় যে ডিরেগুলেশন প্রয়োজন, ব্যবসা বাণিজ্য এবং শিল্প কারখানার নীতিমালার প্রয়োজন রয়েছে সংস্কারের জন্য, এবং টেকনিক্যাল এবং ভোকেশনাল এডুকেশনকে আরও কীভাবে প্রাধান্য দিব আমরা, বিদেশে বিভিন্ন দূতাবাস যারা রয়েছে এবং বাংলাদেশে বিদেশি যে দূতাবাস রয়েছে তাদের সাথে সমন্বয়ের মাধ্যমে কিভাবে আমাদের জনশক্তিকে আরও দক্ষ এবং যোগ্য করে বিদেশে পাঠাতে পারবো, এগুলি নিয়ে বিস্তারিত আলোচনা হয়েছে। এবং ইনশাআল্লাহ খুব দ্রুততম সময়ের ভিতরে জনগণের প্রতি জবাবদিহিমূলক এই রাষ্ট্র ব্যবস্থা, জনগণের ভোটে নির্বাচিত সরকার আমাদের মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রীর নেতৃত্বে আমাদের প্রতিশ্রুতিগুলো বাস্তবায়ন করা শুরু করবে ইনশাআল্লাহ।
State Minister for Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives Mir Shahi Alam, Prime Minister's Press Secretary Saleh Shibli and Additional Press Secretary Atikur Rahman Rumon were present. Canal excavation and a large-scale tree plantation program begins in Borishal tomorrow in line with the election manifesto of Bangladesh Nationalist Party BNP, Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shopun said today. Addressing the party leaders and workers at Agarjhara Upazila Borishal, his electoral constituency, the minister said BNP was voted into office as a service-oriented government and urged the party members to uphold that commitment. He warned that those who fail to maintain a service mindset would be left behind as the party moves forward. Speaking at the auditorium of Agarjhara Upazila Borishal, Shopun called on leaders and activists to work relentlessly to implement the plans of Prime Minister Tariq Rahman. He said the government is advancing with the implementation of his election pledges and BNP's manifesto. Earlier, the minister joined a discussion organized by district administration marking Mohan Ekushe. He said that beyond commemorating sacrifice and protesting injustice, collective efforts are needed to build a society envisioned by the people. He urged unity among citizens and cooperation from the administration, adding that those who oppose the people's will within the administration should be identified. On development initiatives, Chopin said a 4-line highway would be constructed up to Bhanga Upazila to improve connectivity with the capital. He added that efforts would be made to connect island areas with the mainland district and to ensure gas supply from Bhola. On Saturday, the minister exchanged views with journalists at Borishal Press Club and held meetings with officials of Agarchara Upazila Borishal. Education Minister A&M Ehsanul Haq Milon said a zero-tolerance policy against corruption will be enforced across all offices and institutions under the Ministry of Education. He made the remarks today while addressing a discussion meeting at the PTI auditorium in the capital, marking Omur Ekushe and International Mother Language Day. The Education Minister said, Ekushe is not just a day, it is a symbol of national consciousness. The government will give the highest priority to preserving and promoting Bangla language in line with that spirit. He also stressed strengthening skill-based education to reduce unemployment and create job opportunities for the youth. At the same event, State Minister of Education Bobby Hajjaj said a corruption-free Bangladesh would be built under the leadership of Prime Minister Tariq Rahman. He underscored the need to improve classroom environments, ensure continuity in education, and formulate internationally acclaimed curriculum. Primary and Mass Education Secretary Abu Tahir Mohammad Masood Rana presided over the discussion, while Director General of the Directorate of Primary Education Abu Nur Muhammad Shamsuzaman also spoke at the event. Prime Minister's political advisor Nazrul Islam Khan said that all must work unitedly to fulfill the aspirations of the youth and turn their dreams into reality. He made the remarks this morning while addressing a reception and prize-giving ceremony of the Election Debate Competition 2026 organized by Debate for Democracy at BFDC in the capital. Debate for Democracy Chairman Hassan Ahmed Chaudhry Kiron presided over the function, while State University Vice-Chancellor Professor Dr. Muhammad Akhtar Hussain Khan, Chief Moderator of the debate competition Professor Abu Muhammad Rais, Political Analyst Dr. Nahreen Islam Khan and other distinguished guests spoke on the occasion. In this year's competition, State University of Bangladesh emerged as champion, while Eden Mohila College became the first runner-up and Tejgaon College secured the position of second runner-up. Masnoon Nabila Alam, a debater from Eden Mohila College, won the accolade of Best Speaker. Now, international news.